Hello and everyone, and welcome to the ESEA Advanced Season 33 European Playoffs. We are in the upper bracket finals here, and we have Alternate Attacks versus Team Endpoint. And honestly, a matchup I'm really looking forward to. The first and second seeds of this tournament coming up against each other. Last week, Endpoint beat out Vexed, and are now up against, obviously, Alternate Attacks. And Alternate Attacks having a pretty solid record so far in these playoffs as well. 2-0ing in the semis, and also beating out a strong team in Salamander, who have since gone on towards that losers bracket kind of semi-final. So it's definitely interested to see how this matchup is going to start off, as the pistol started off with a lot of damage from Endpoint, taking down Skrunk early on here, and it has allowed them to gain control of the B site. This is big, as now it's going to have to be a retake from Alternate Attacks. And I mean, with these USPs, it's definitely possible, but not too many low health bars on the side of Endpoint. Attacks eats a bit of damage. Slacks goes down. Mirbit follows. Still see the contesting. Crucial. Trying to hold this, but he is the last man standing, unable to find his shots. But Endpoint will still cleanly pick up this round, as finally STFN goes down. I think X-Ray is it enabled? So far, in terms of maps, I don't actually know. I'm going to have another check. There is something about Overpass, which might be the next matchup, but I can't quite see any other information on the map, what the maps we're going to be going to next are. But I'm definitely excited to see... where's the sound gone? Oh, I pulled out my headphones. That'll be why the sound is gone. A good early start, honestly, from Endpoint. Picking up that pistol round, very important. And we're seeing a lot of pressure from Alternate Attacks already towards that beat. They got attacked in it early, and this time they don't want to get caught out in guard in the same way. So I like that they've made this adaptation and kind of brought up at least a little bit around the Scout and the MP9. Team Endpoint, though, playing a very flexible position, taking mid control and then trying to go from there. Attacks very pushed up on that A site. There is still a player in jungle, which you definitely have to keep an eye on. Slacks still looking downrange. Doesn't find the first shot, but it will be the second as Thomas goes down. Endpoint now down to 2 players. Skrunk looking to find a couple of these frags. Robin gets the big spray down, but against 3 more players, only being them, it's going to be hard. Does actually manage to find Skrunk. Not in the worst of positions. Against a scout, though, it could be particularly difficult. As I say that, manages to dispatch them with fantastic work. Let's be worried, though, is on 29 HP. And the bomb, not exactly in a great place for Team Endpoint here. Getting caught out as they were moving on catwalk. Not the greatest position to be in. Robin looking for a method of attacking SFTN here. Flash comes in. Really nice play. Just baited on into Mirbit. And that's Robin going down. Alternate Attacks with a strong round there. And I like that kind of counter buy. With that, we're going to have 2 AKs in the hand of Alternate Attacks. And they don't really need to buy up too much around this. They're going to force down, pick up the MP9 as well. Not going all full on into rifles here. And I like that. I think it's a sensible decision. Skrunk didn't have too much money anyway to really go for anything, so going to be picking that up, trying to get some of that econ on in there. Nades coming on in. A good headshot from Surreal, though, as Skrunk gets a little bit too aggressive. Thomas, however, will fall to the AK of Mirbit early on here. He tries to move on out. Surreal, though, continuing to find these heads with the Deagle. Finally loses their own, but Crucial will at least find a refrag here, and this is actually pretty good. For Team Endpoint, as they have 2 rifles in hand now as well. And they're a player up. STFN is watching across, though. Crucial goes down. Mighty Max, you should know exactly what this player is. Know that there's a player towards that jungle. Oh, the CZ almost finds its mark. The AK will be picked up, and they'll move on around a bit. With Robin in CT, and the AK now in the hands of Mighty Max. Shouldn't be all too bad for Endpoint. They find the first frag. There's 1 remaining, and Slacks isn't able to really find anything there as he tries to swing on out. And Endpoint putting themselves back in the driver's seat. Yeah, okay. There we go. The maps are Mirage, Overpass, and then Vertigo. Mirage being Endpoint, Overpass being aTTaX, and Vertigo obviously being the decider. Interested to see if we get to Vertigo. I don't get to cast Vertigo very often. My knowledge might be pretty lacking in it, so apologies if we do make it all the way there and I don't do such a great job. A bit. Playing very aggressive there. Almost finds Robin, but Robin, knowing their limits, backs off a little bit and doesn't quite go down. Good shot there from Thomas. Will take down STFN. Smoke towards mid there means that they can push on towards into one of these sites or put the pressure on. Slacks tries to peek on out. Shot from behind from the catwalk. Mighty Max still finds the frag and Endpoint finish off the stragglers of alternate attacks with a solid round. And now, a big econ for alternate attacks. They're not really going to find anything here. It's going to be very surprising if they get anything at all. Slack's not buying down at all. I think this is... I mean, it could be towards an AWP for them. Depends what they're really looking for. I haven't seen alternate attacks play before, so I'm unsure as to who is their AWPer. If you've got the information, drop it in chat. I'll have a peek. But we'll probably find out in the next round anyway. Some decent utility. Gives them the information about the location of Skrunk here. Robin. Catching anyone out here. Going to drop that molly on down, but it's not actually going to net anything. It's no one is in there. Crucial was watching, waiting for someone to be flushed out, but wasn't quite there. Surreal. Still looking for something. Sees the head of Mirbit there. That'll be a free kill. And Skrunk decides to, you know, double him up there. As it gives them an extra frag for free. Slacks on this big rotate alongside Cressy, sorry. They will still get the plant. And Cressy doesn't even get the drop on Surreal there. Really unfortunate. Surreal finds the second and, honestly, solid round from Surreal. 4K so far. And sure, the bomb went down nowhere near them, but still, big number of frags. And maybe even looking for the ace, honestly. I think it's pretty realistic. Robin, watching their flank, the shots come on through. And STFN will fall to that. Surreal, not able to get into place in time. Really sad. The AWP picked up by Slacks here, as we were kind of expecting. Doesn't have enough for armor though, so going to be a little bit lacking in that regard. Could go down pretty quickly if he gets caught out, but that's the whole point of this class kind of build. The HE going towards him already takes him down to half health. Could easily go down if he isn't careful. Cressy's still watching to see if anyone's going to push up Cat, but it's going to be the boost into jungle here. Thomas looking to push on the site. Flax is back there. He hits a bit more damage, but still doesn't go down. Nades to try and force someone out of position there, but no one is waiting there. Endpoint doing their due diligence, however, making sure no one gets caught more. Many members of Endpoint still in mid here. They have a lot of ability to roam. The smokes come on in. Cressy does not catch them out. The utility doing a fantastic job. Surreal is now able to get out of here scot-free. The molly will force Mirbit to use utility, and their position is given away. There we see Robin just pop them out as they were above that smoke. Bombs going down. The AWP from Slacks not doing all too much so far. Mostly getting utility down. STFN catches Thomas on the backside. This is a big opportunity for alternate attacks. They're still even in terms of players, even though Skrunk is down to that 1 HP. The bomb down, though. This retake could be particularly difficult. Robin looking the wrong way. The peaks from STFN are strong enough to at least sort this out. Nice AWP shot there from Slacks, and even on this low health, members of alternate attacks do not give up without a fight. Skrunk gets that flank, takes down Mighty Max, and now Crucial, well, you're just out for the count, mate. Fantastic round there from alternate attacks as they pick up many members of Endpoint, and while the bomb gets relatively close, alternate attacks on that retake were exceedingly clean. Yorp, obviously, still sticking in the hands of Slacks here, so looking to see if they can have more of an impact on the early round this time round, because they got naded out. A lot of utility went towards them. They weren't in a great position as a result. It really came down to back of that site after the push had been made. When they were in a little bit of a more passive position, they could really do something. I mean, that's a lot of impact. Crucial going down, and some aggressive pushes from alternate attacks. Pick up 3 early frags into this round, and Team Endpoint not looking like this is quite there. Remaining members of Team Endpoint just looking to stall out for now. Maybe find a frag, go for the bomb plant there, but it'll be hard, as expected. Skunk. Where the positioning? Utility goes towards Robin, trying to move on out, find some sort of angle where he can get a headshot here, but it's going to be hard. The molly goes down towards Van. Skunk knows exactly where they are. Thomas tries to jump on out, but Robin, who goes down, not able to have the impact there. Was Robin, but Thomas starting to show up a little bit here. Doesn't have the bomb. 1 versus 3, 25 seconds. And moves into the sights of Slacks. And Slacks definitely won't give that one up. Solid play there. Endpoint, on the whole, playing pretty solidly, but getting caught out in a couple of these ways with some early aggression from alternate attacks and some nice set plays as well. Pushing up mid into that smoke and such as the like. Endpoint very heavily favouring this mid control that they would regard as very important. Losing Robin there though really puts a damper on things. Fantastic play from Slacks to hold that cross. Some nice positions in general. Crucial with that AWP. In an interesting space. It's going to be difficult to really push out of there properly. You're going to need a lot of friendly support if you're going to be able to do that. That's why we see Crucial rotating around towards that mid. Now that they have mid control, now that they've traded 1 for 1, they will be looking for a method to get onto a site. Exerting his pressure on mid. Going to be very important here. Crucial is moving up with the backup from Mighty Max. And 50 seconds on the clock. They got a decent amount of time to work with. Still, time's never on your side when you're on the offense. Team Endpoint losing another player. Not aware of these peaks that alternate attacks seem to be doing so prolifically. Slacks with a good shot will take down Thomas, but the refrag is there. Mighty Max keeps it close to even. Alternate attacks are still up a player. 20 seconds on the clock. They're looking for that plant. The molly comes on out. Mighty Max cannot sit there. Takes so much damage. Tries to go for the peak. Cressy shuts down Crucial. And Mighty Max is quick to follow. Alternate attacks right now really showing up. And Slacks in those first couple of rounds had quite an awkward one. It wasn't particularly great for them, but really, really solid last couple. Kind of brought it back to even. This is Endpoint's pick, as you can see. Endpoint absolutely have to win this map, I feel. But I'm not really a huge fan of the overpass. But that's not a good start. Round 9 here. And losing a player like that to the middle. Not a great position. That's pretty alright, I'm not going to lie. Surreal. Finding these deagle shots like nobody's business. And, well, it looks like an eco win might be on the cards for Endpoint here. As right now, alternate attacks don't really ready to get all too much. Losing a lot of players to these deagle one-taps. Double AWP could prove the downfall of alternate attacks right now. The M4 in hands of Surreal to really pressure the rest of the players off-site. And alternate attacks, I think, making the wise decision here. You're moving into an area against pistols and M4s with 2 AWPs and an AK. You want to save these. You just back off. You go, right, next round, we still have 2 AWPs and an AK, and we're going to have some rifles. I don't think we need to worry at all. And you know what? Right now, you're 4-4. I think if you're on attacks, you're pretty damn happy to be in this situation. You have a lot to work with. This isn't even your map, so you're feeling particularly good with a start like this. That's what we're expecting from the number 1 seed here of alternate attacks. Really managing to prove themselves on Overpass yesterday as well, so I'm excited to see it when we get to their map. Good early frags from Slacks. That'll be a 3k. Does finally fall, but now it is Endpoint down a player. They don't have bomb. They got 1 player stuck in mid. It's crucial. Maybe it will take him down, and a solid round from alternate attacks. That patience, that lack of willingness to go for the fight, which they really didn't need to go for, was particularly good. Slacks especially has, once they've had this AWP in their hands, been particularly impressive. Really nice stuff from them on the whole. Thomas trying to finish off that frag with a frag of his own, but it isn't quite enough. 50 seconds. Thomas really looking for frags here, honestly. Endpoint. We're off to a great start, honestly. In these last couple of rounds. They had a good... Sorry, that's a lie. They had a good start of this half, but overall, the fact that they've been dropping rounds like this to alternate attacks, and alternate attacks have been able to find a lot of these little peaks, has been pretty negative for them on the whole. And now they're on their own eco. Sure, their last eco went pretty darn well. Surreal on that deagle is certainly a sight to behold. So definitely keep an eye on them, but you shouldn't expect to be winning these or putting yourself in a good position for these. Especially when Cressy pushing so far forward aggressively. The deagle shot is the only one that hits there, though. Alright, yet again. Surreal. Absolutely on point. Robin takes a bit of damage from that frag. The molly will keep them at bay. Thomas rotating back around to see if anyone's trying to go through the T-side spawn. But no one's quite there yet, and that'll allow the rest of the team to move on through towards mid here. And with the 2 players in tunnel, they should be able to get something. Surreal, still on that B site, looking for frags. As we've seen from them so many a time. The rest of the team Endpoint moving on in for this setup. Thomas and the gang. Trying to move on in, but they moved into Mirbit's sight line. Same can be said for Surreal. This time unable to beat out that AWP. Solid shot and let them something. Thomas will take down Mirbit with their attention diverted. The rest are on point. 3 versus 4. It's going to be hard. Bomb goes down. That is pretty much the hopes of this round for Endpoint out the window. They're looking for frags. That's all they want. Crucial. Wasn't checking his corners. And Slacks takes them on down. It's only Robin left. But they have enough buy. They have enough to buy. Easily. Endpoint looking for another buy round coming up. Team Endpoint. Now able to pick up those rifles that they really need to make a splash here. Against a double AWP of alternate attacks. Again. AWP's been kind of moving around. Slacks. Still trying to find someone through that smoke. Flashes. Going out. Trying to keep the remainder of this Endpoint side at bay. So much utility though. On A here. Oh, Thomas finds a good shot. They start off with a big frag. They need to continue as they mean to go on. Right, Max will go down Mirbit with a good drop. Most of these members are open to this player. The flash comes on in. Slacks unable to really move here. The shot from Skrunk rings true. Thomas goes down as he tries to make the cross. Crucial. Moving to position. The smoke. A little bit too late now. Still, we'll let them something here. A bit though. Able to actually find that frag for themselves. Very low now, but doesn't quite die. Finally goes down, but Skrunk through that smoke. Keeping things real. Surreal. The only remaining member, and a good flick from Skrunk. Those dual AWPs, ultimate attacks, really putting the pressure onto Team Endpoint, and Skrunk really showing up in that round. Ultimate attacks 7-5. Strong Mirage round from them. This is the first time they've played Mirage in the playoffs, from what I can tell. And they're taking to it like a fish to water. Surreal. Beaten back. Doesn't have the deagle in hand, so a lot less threatening than we would otherwise expect. Just going to be rushing on in. The mollies do a great job slowing them down. There's so many members of aTTaX still on this site. And they have found frag after frag, but finally, some put down. There's one rating in the wings. Cressy with that AWP will finally fall. Robin with only a magazine left picks up the M4. 6 HP to their name versus 2 players. I've seen Robert clutch it out before. Finds a bit of damage onto Slacks there, but it isn't quite enough. As STFN is covering the angle. Team Endpoint now down 3 rounds on their T side. Can no longer come out this half positive. Not a good look for Team Endpoint here on their map, Mirage. Especially with the results that we've seen from alternate aTTaX throughout this tournament on Overpass. 16-2 versus Salamander Gaming. Solid performance, to say the least. Skrunk finds the shot there through the edge of the smoke, and Robin left a little bit dumbfounded. Team Endpoint, sure, they have some semblance of mid control, but still, with Mirbit sitting in jungle, it's difficult to really move on up and contest. And Thomas, while looking onto A, doesn't really know where he can look. There are so many angles as you try and move on it. Mighty Max. The flash coming out. STFN. Drops that molly towards the back. Again, wasting a lot of the time that Thomas would otherwise be able to use. Aggressive push there from Thomas. We'll let them a frag, but these rifles towards mid rip through Endpoint strategy. They were looking for a timing attack here, but won't come out. My Emax is in fact the thing that goes bump in the night. He forces back the jungle player as well. Thomas falls to the AWP, and solid plays across the board from alternate aTTaX. Really utilizing those AWPs. They're also just swapping them around from person to person. STFN picking it up. Skrunk picking one up. They'll put it all over the place. Ultimate aTTaX off to a fantastic start here on the CT side. Endpoint been struggling. A lot of getting caught out. Ultimate aTTaX really knowing their timings, utilizing the kind of pressure and distractions very deftly. Smoke off connector there. STFN sitting on those stairs. Does eat a bit of damage. You know exactly where it is. They're going to dogpile him. Robin falls to Slacks, but the bomb plant will be there. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Crucial nearly finds a double kill, but Skunk will survive with 13 HP. If he peeks out, he's a dead man, and in fact he is, as Surreal takes him down. The rest of Team Endpoint looking like they're going to be able to net this round and move themselves 9-6 with alternate attacks in that lead. Thomas, holding position well. Molly goes down. Drops through Mirbit, making a mistake. Alternate attacks do lose that round. We'll be swapping sides. Team Endpoint now on towards that CT. Should be into the game relatively quickly. If people are going for a quick break, we will wait for that. So we're just going to go to a quick intermission, as well as I'm going to go grab some water. So just give us 2 secs. We'll be welcome back. We're getting into the second half of this map. Team Endpoint versus alternate attacks. 6 rounds to 9 as Team Endpoint shift onto that CT side, and really going to have to kick things into gear if they want to take down alternate attacks here on Endpoint's own map choice. Being able to overpass will be difficult for them, at the very least. It's real, trying to find those shots. Takes down the first one. Cressy is the initial 1 to 4. Robin takes down Mirbit as they retreat. The bomb plant is going to go down for alternate attacks, so feel pretty happy about that, but they lost a couple of players on the entry. 5 versus 3 on the retake here. You check the corner for slacks. Crucial. Isn't looking. Surreal. Walks out too. They're not aware of where he is and just about manages to save Robin. Skrunk takes a bit of damage. Mighty Max here in connector. Gonna force them out from jungle. Mighty Max is watching the angle. Skrunk does fall, but that's just a defuse. They don't even stop. I thought we were going to see a little bit more aggression there from alternate attacks, but Endpoint picking up the pistol yet again. Going to be having a timeout? Can I see the chat at all? No, I can't see the chat at all. Timeout called by one of the sides. Unsure which. Could be alternate attacks. Weren't expecting that. No, attacks did not win pistol. Endpoint did win that pistol, and you could see them picking up 2 MP9s in AUG and 2 M4s to start to push that advantage. Alternate attacks, not decided on how much you're going to buy up yet. Endpoint with a solid first round, managing to find those frags early and then deny alternate attacks. It will be a hero AK play by alternate attacks. STFN with the one with that in tow. Really betting this on the round. Good spray down there from Thomas as they move on in. Doesn't quite find anything more. A lot of utility expended now by alternate attacks to keep on pushing, keep up the tempo. They're going to go for this point. Skrunk is going to be able to get it down. No one's really contesting. It is 3 versus 3 on the retake. Endpoint still have a decent bit. The smoke comes on in. They're swapping weapons. Oh, the HE does a lot of work there. Mighty Max looking for an opportunity to jump on in. Diffuse it. Taking on through. They don't have a lot of time. Endpoint needs to start moving. Some good spray from Skrunk will keep them at bay for now. Smoke dissipates. This is the opportunity to go aggressively forward. Mirbit will go down, and Robin is the only remaining member. 1 versus 3, but doesn't have enough time. Endpoint will beat a retreat, and alternate attacks net that round off of some solid eco play. Robin will find the kill. Will get refragged. Nice split there by Skrunk. Attacks take back the initiative here. Similar to the start of the previous round. Starts off with an Endpoint 1 pistol, and the alternate attacks pick up that second round. The Nova for Thomas here. Bringing out something a little bit spicy. Trying to catch alternate attacks off guard. But right now, doesn't look like they're actually pushing onto B. 1 player on the A site. Quick rotate could be an order from Crucial. A couple of members of Team Endpoint who can really get over there. as soon as they possibly can. Robin, one of those as well. Keep an eye on Surreal, number 5. Strong player with that deagle. So watch out. Alternate attacks. Do have mid control. They're moving on to A. And, I mean, no one from Endpoint was even aware what was going on there. Crucial does take down the Strunk. But alternate attacks with those rifles. Really going to put the hurt onto Endpoint as they try and move on in. Especially with these pistols. I mean, Mighty Max manages to sneak onto the site, finding a frag almost instantaneously onto Mirbit here. STFN holding a good position. Does manage to find the frag. Thomas can't find anything with that Nova. And STFN able to close that out with the AK there. A big 3K for them. And again, we see Surreal slinking away. Team Endpoint having to save here for a difficult round. Definitely keep an eye on Slacks and STFM. 2 big frags for this team. You can see the frags there. Slacks on 17. Skronk obviously putting those numbers up too. Yeah, STFN managing to do it while also being pretty safe. Not overextending. Not getting caught out a lot. Like some of these other members are. Slacks on this AWP. Pretty darn terrifying so far. Keep an eye on whether he'll be able to have that reign of terror if they send one towards him later on into this half to really take control of mid and wreak havoc on Endpoint's control of the map. Alternate attacks. Playing slowly. Good stuff on the whole. Mid. Still in control of this mid area. A very, very slow round here for alternate attacks, looking to make that shift towards the A site. Mighty Max is set with that pistol. It's going to be down to Surreal with that AK to make the big splash here if it's going to net them around, even in the slightest. Surreal, though, the one with the AK gets taken down right at the outset. Slacks will pick up Mighty Max and, well, that's the round. Endpoint, they don't want to mess with that. 3 members of Endpoint all head towards the B site, set up for that save. There's no point in going in here. Against 5 rifles, a bit of utility, with only pistols, you're never really going to make all too much. Alternate attacks really, really strong on these executes right now. Endpoint often getting caught out of guard in the middle of the site. Not what you want to see. Awkward situation to be in. But they at least managed to keep their 3 members alive. And now it's back to a bye. This is the important round for Endpoint. They need to win this. Otherwise, alternate attacks will pick up this round, pick up the next, most likely, as they will have that significant economic advantage. I mean, even if you win a round, alternate attacks can go straight back into buying up. Alternate attacks putting some players towards that B towards mid control as well. The rest of alternate attacks are going to move on up, finally. Slacks. Mollying and flashing on in. Robin going to drop that smoke on down. Still looking to contest towards Cat. Crucial. In a decent position. But can't move out of here now. Sees him. Takes him down. And that's exactly what Endpoint need. They got an advantage early on in a round here. They just need to push it. Really twist the knife. Looking to really net themselves this round. Alternate attacks though. Playing slow yet again. Some solid play from them. From the onto hole here. STFN puts down the smoke towards Water. Slacks picks up 2. I mean, this player's just been absolutely on fire. Slacks have been really putting up the numbers that is required for aTTaX to have such a dominant possession in this map. And, well, Endpoint, little to no money, looking towards a bye next round. 14-7 is a likely scoreline right now. Some deagles in the hands of Endpoint. Definitely can cause a lot of damage, but it's just going to be so difficult. You need to find the positions, and I mean, right now, Ultimate aTTaX have just been really solid in not getting caught out like that. Slacks does go down, but it is a trade for 2 players. Team Endpoint definitely need to kick it up a notch, as here on their own map is exactly where they want to be winning. They need to win this map, I feel. Otherwise, their hope in this series could be difficult. This is the only map Ultimate aTTaX actually haven't played yet this season. Oh, sorry, or at least in these playoffs. Going to either Overpass or Vertigo, I think, honestly, things look a lot better for it. Team Endpoint, they need to really pull it out. All the stops looking to win out this round. Some good shots from Surreal, but it just isn't enough. 3 members, all with rifles, turn their concentration towards him, and well, he's not long for this world. Thomas, still in a good position, but the peak comes up from Cressy. Not long for this world, but if bomb is going down, and aTTaX pretty much shit. Crucial goes down. And on the whole, solid round for aTTaX. They lost a couple of members who they shouldn't have, but they have so much money. They have, after that buy, the lowest money that a single player has is 4.9. Okay. But other than that, there's not a single soul below 8. Ultimate aTTaX is such a fantastic position right now. They lose this round, they even lose the next one, and even then, they can show a pretty strong buy for them as a whole. A lot of utility being expended early. Ultimate aTTaX really taking this slow approach to heart. One minute 15 on the clock, and the diffuser, sorry, on the bomb will go down most likely here. Endpoint unable to put the pressure on as they would otherwise like. Robin goes down short. STFN falls, but right now, Ultimate aTTaX finding frags they already need. A good frag from Surreal there, but he'll go down, and so will Thomas. It's 2 versus 3. The Molly has really pressured Crucial, and Skrunk is entirely aware of their position. Tries to shoot the smoke, but doesn't find anything. Skrunk just waiting back. He knows he doesn't have to push. The Molly is there. Sorry, the smoke is there. And the position certainly isn't there for the team. Skrunk gets to peek out, takes down Mighty Max. Or isn't enough, and Merbit will finish off Crucial. Ultimate aTTaX putting themselves on match point here. Zero official matches on Mirage in the last 3 months. Ultimate aTTaX have all but sealed this game out. MP9s and an M4 for Team Endpoint. 4 players towards this mid, and 1 looking to go from beneath. For Ultimate aTTaX here. Actually waiting back at Skrunk, not pushing too aggressively. Endpoint getting really antsy. Map looking pretty bad for them. Surreal getting taken down. It's now 4 MP9s versus a plethora of rifles. Skrunk is very low, for sure. It's going to be hard to win this. Crucial goes down. It's 2 versus 5. 1 versus 5, and, well, that is the map. Solid play from Alternate Attacks to net this one